Hello my friends and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're playing the Necrobinder, which is one of the new characters added in Slay the Spire 2, and so far is my favorite character. This character is amazing because you just get to build up huge amounts of value over time, which obviously I'm a value sicko, so that's exactly what I'm looking to do. And I love how cute the little hand is, so I've just been having a blast playing this character. I've been doing pretty much nothing but play Slay the Spire since I recorded my last video, so as you can see I've unlocked the characters and gone to Ascension 2 with the Necrobinder. Obviously still a fairly low difficulty setting, but we will be playing on Ascension 2 today, and that means more elite enemies, and the healing that we get at the end of each act is only 80%. As well, we only start at 80% of our health. So it's going to be slightly harder, still not significantly harder until we reach later Ascension levels. All right, let's get right into it. I really like this character for a bunch of the mechanics that you get, and I'll kind of go through those as we go. So let's take a look at what we can get from Niao here. We've got Transform a card. Usually pretty good. You can get rid of one of your starter cards. First 3 card rewards you see are upgraded, but we don't get our first relic, which is... I like this ability, but I do want to just see new relics, so I'm going to skip this one just so I can see more content. And we'll go with Transform 1 card. I'll transform a strike, and we'll just get a random card, and hopefully it's something more exciting than a strike. Alright, so as you can see here, we got High 5. Asti deals 11 damage and applies 2 vulnerable to all enemies. That's pretty nice for the early game because that's going to make it much easier to win AoE fights, like with multiple enemies, which is often the struggle in the early game here. Taking a look at the paths we can go. So we could get 2 elite fights if we go up this way. And then, yeah, it's looking like 3 elite fights is the maximum. So I could do 2 events. Like 2 fights, 2 events, elite. I want to fit a shop in if possible. So if I go up the left-hand track, we get 1 shop, and then we get 2 elites. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to go up the left-hand track here. Okay, so these toad pole enemies, they will give themselves a temporary buff, and the buff they give is Thorns, where we'll take damage for hitting them. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Bodyguard here. That gives Asti, so you can see here, he's got health of his own, and his health will get depleted before my health, so we can block incoming damage by buffing him up. We'll also play a Defend, and then I'll play a Strike on the Toad Pole that we're going to be able to attack next turn. So you can see this guy's got Thorns now, so if we hit it, we'll take damage in return. This is interesting, because High 5 I could play... but I would take 2 Thorns damage, which means I would take real damage on my character. We're always playing Defend here. We won't take any damage currently, because enemies are doing 9, Asti will block 5, my block will block 5, so that'll be fine. But the question is, do I want to do High 5, or I could do Unleash and Strike, and basically bring this enemy down to very low health, but not quite kill it? I guess we'll just do that. So Unleash does extra damage based on Asti's health, so increasing his health makes that spell do more damage. So here, I now have to take some damage in return, but we're going to go ahead and do a Defend, and then we'll do High 5, which will kill this enemy, and then we'll take 4. Actually, maybe I could have done High 5 and then Strike and killed this thing before it got to attack. I'm not sure, I didn't do the full math there. I'm also playing on fast mode here, so the cards will be zipping around a little bit more. Definitely let me know in the comments if you prefer that I play on a slower speed. When I play on my own, I turn on faster animations, and I think that's how most people are used to watching this game played. But if you want to take more time and read the cards more, let me know as well. Alright, we'll gain 5 block and apply 7 Doom to all enemies. Now, Doom is a pretty fun mechanic unique to this character. Basically, if an enemy has enough Doom that has as many Doom stacks as it has hit points, it dies at the end of its turn. Now, dying at the end of its turn is important, because it will still get another turn before it acts again. But That's a pretty powerful way to kill, especially enemies through their shields and stuff like that, if you add a lot of doom to them. Okay, so 11 damage, that would be enough that I can kill the corpse slug here. So I can just go high five, because we get vulnerable for 11 damage, and then I can do unleash and kill it with the vulnerable. That will stun this enemy. The corpse slug gets stunned, but gains 4 strength when its ally dies, so managing that is pretty important as well. But we did get multiple stacks of vulnerable on it, so now I can just go high five and kill it. So that was a pretty clean fight there. Drain Power. This is one of my favorite cards for this character. I love this card. It upgrades cards in our discard pile, so anything that we have in our discard pile is just going to get upgraded over the course of long fights. Since this character is looking to take long fights, I think this effect is extremely powerful. Defy is also pretty good. I really like this, especially upgraded, because it gives you block and applies weak. Fear, I'm not as excited by. I think I would take Drain Power over Fear most of the time, but we'll just take Drain Power here. Do an event. Gain 2 max HP and take 3 damage, or heal 10. I guess we'll just heal 10. We're rarely going to hit our maximum health here. And we start damaged. That's kind of a nothing burger event. I'm a little sad that that's the one that we got. But let's take a look at our options from the shop. I have 124 gold. Capture Spirit. An enemy loses 3 HP and we add 3 souls to our draw pile. So souls are another one of this character's mechanics. They're 0 cost, 1 use draw 2s, which is a really powerful thing to fill your deck with. This character will enhance the quality of its deck as the fight goes on, which is one of the things I find really cool about it. We could add more Doom with no escape. Slate of Flesh, when you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 9 damage. I haven't had a chance to try this effect yet. Fetch is also just really good. Just having one of these, of course, is really powerful. It's just a 0 cost cycler, which is always going to be great. Getting a small effect and drawing a card is amazing. But I think overall, I'm just going to go ahead and remove a card here, and we'll just remove a strike. And then go to the next setup, and yeah, I can still get 3 elites if I do this. So we'll do this event. The event was just a fight. Not what I wanted, but that's okay. So here I'm always taking damage, right? Because I've got a defend, and then Osti's 1 health for 6 total block, but the enemy is doing 8. So let's do high five. 11 damage and 2 vulnerable. And then I will do the defend. I would have liked to have Unleash in my hand while the thing is still vulnerable, but Drain Power is even better here. So let's go with Drain Power, and that will upgrade 2 of the cards in my discard pile. We'll Bodyguard to buff Osti's health, and we'll do a block, and then we'll save him some HP. Vulnerable is gone here, but I can high five Drain Power, and that will end the fight. So, clean fight there. Energy Potion, always a really nice one. Alright, so we've got Sacrifice. Retain, if Osti is alive, he dies, and you gain block equal to double his max HP. I like to try to build him up, so I don't know to what extent I'm going to want this card, and when you want block, is often when he's going to have died in a previous turn and only have 1 health. So I feel like this card is pretty weak at first glance. Maybe there's some cool stuff you can do with it. Let's just go with So. AoE damage is often at a premium in the early fights, so picking that up can be pretty good. And then we'll take an elite fight here. I'm not thrilled with how my deck is looking at the current state, but I'll use the energy potion just to save myself some damage. We'll do high five, we'll do unleash, and then I'll do defend. Osti will die, but we'll only take 6 here. And then here, we've got 9 incoming damage. I can only defend once, so let's go Drain Power. This enemy, it will get stunned if I can get it down to 70 health, but I don't believe that's possible this turn. Even with So, that's 12, and Strike, that's 9. Yeah, we're not close. So let's go Defend, and then we'll go... I'll play the So anyways. I want to make sure I'm getting max value on that while the enemy's vulnerable. So if I can do 20 this turn, then we'll be able to overcome this Vigor attack. So I could do 10 and 8, but unfortunately, that's it. So I'm going to take a big hit here. So let's go ahead and play Negative Pulse, stack a little bit of Doom on it. I'll play Bodyguard, and then I'll play Drain Power, and that will take a big hit, which is fine. You usually expect to take some damage against the elites early on. But we've at least upgraded our spells a bit. So here I can definitely stun the enemy, so we'll go ahead and High Five, and we got it upgraded with Drain Power, so it's 13 damage, vulnerable for 3 turns, which is great. The enemy is stunned this turn, and then we'll just use So as our highest damage card. Here, I'm going to go with another High Five, and we'll go Unleash, which adds Osti's maximum HP, or current HP to the total damage. And then, because So has Retain, it's going to stay in our hand, and we're guaranteed to have at least one 8 damage attack this coming turn. With So, Strike, we can finish the fight, and that was... I think maybe I could have optimized that and taken a little less damage, but I would say that was a fairly clean fight. We'll take Vambrace. This is a really nice one. It's going to increase our block, and then we'll be taking Invoke here. Invoke, if you can start looping these, you get a ton of health on Osti, and you just get extra energy every single turn. So it's really nice to pick up multiple Invokes, and I like to grab these early when playing this character. Let's go to... I could do an event, but I think we'll just go to the campfire and upgrade a card. And what am I upgrading? So there's a lot of good options to upgrade here. I could upgrade Negative Pulse for more block and more Doom. High Five for 3 turns of vulnerable. Unleash, just plus 3 damage on that. It doesn't add more to the multiplier, the damage increase, so it's not that good. Drain Power is pretty nice. Upgrading 3 cards is good. We could do Bodyguard to summon 7, or Invoke for summon 3 and gain 3. Let's just upgrade the Invoke. And then we'll take another Elite fight. I'm definitely going to take some damage here. I think that my deck is okay so far, but it's not exactly where I want it. But I'm going to go with Invoke to start with. We'll go Bodyguard, and then we'll go Defend. And that... Oh, right. Defend is double block. So I could have Drain Powered, actually. Something. I forgot the Vambrace. Need to remember I've got that. And then here, I'm going to go with Negative Pulse. And we'll go Defend, Strike, and So, because I used Invoke last turn, so I can cast all of these. This enemy, by the way... has Hardened Shell, so can't lose more than 20 HP each turn. But we're going to try to stack some Doom on it, and we're not usually going to be doing more than 20 damage in a turn anyways. So here, I could do High Five, or I could do Unleash Strike. I guess I would rather, and still play the Invoke. I guess I'd rather do High Five. Make it vulnerable, and we'll play Invoke. And the Dazed is going to go away. We haven't had the best shuffles this fight, but we're still doing pretty well. Okay, this isn't great. I was hoping to roll into one of my 90... Yeah, every single block card in our deck is left in the draw pile. This is a very bad shuffle. And we have 6 energy, and we can only spend 3 of it. Obviously, we're going to do that. So if I'd rather... I don't think either of these I would rather upgrade than the cards that are currently in my discard. So I'm going to cast Drain Power first. And then we'll go ahead and do that. And then we're taking a pretty substantial hit here. Osti goes back down to 1 health, and we lose some health as well. We have to play just a defensive turn this turn. Then we get 4 more dazes. and draw 2 of them in this shuffle. That is brutal. Very, very unlucky rolls on some of these shuffles. We'll be fine, but most of the time, given how we played that fight, I think you would end up taking less damage there on sort of more average shuffles. That's okay. We still have 23 health. That's 22 more than we need. A random attack is fine. Bag of marbles, that's pretty good. We're doing damage most turns, and then we will roll here. Okay, so transfigure. Add replay to a card in our hand. That means that'll be played again. Deal 8 damage, deals 3 additional damage for each card drawn during your turn, or fear. I'm not thrilled by any of these. I don't really want to clog up my deck with like mediocre attacks, so I think we're skipping that. Pretty unlucky card reward as well. All right, let's go here. When I enter a shop, heal 15. We don't have the option to go to a shop during the rest of this run, or this stage. But let's go to the campfire. Oops. What I want to check is I've got 2 events coming up, and then I can probably fight an elite. So I think I can avoid resting here. We'll smith. And let's go with Bodyguard as our upgrade. Upgrading Bodyguard is really good. We're always playing this card every time we draw it, so we're going to get a ton of value out of upgrading it, even though it's only +2. Doors of Light and Dark. A doorway existed where none existed moments before. You enter to find 2 shimmering doorways and a well-dressed doorman. Finally, a visitor. Please, please, choose a door, any door. Are we still in the Spire? How is this place so clean? Okay, so I can upgrade to random cards. Obviously, those are most likely to be defends, but upgrading defends is still fine. Or I can remove a card. I think for this run, we're going to upgrade 2 cards, and nice. Upgrading to defends, I'm actually pretty happy with that. I'm going to do one more event here, I think. And nice, we got a chest. You play a card that costs 2 or more, gain 4 block. We don't have any of those yet, but we'll probably pick some up. And we'll see if we take damage in this fight, I probably won't fight the elite. If I don't take damage, then I probably will. But it looks like I am taking damage because I drew no blocks again in the opening hand. So we're going to take just 2 here, which is fine. Let's go with Invoke, and both of those are upgraded already, so I don't really need to play Drain Power, so we'll go with Unleash for maximum damage, and then I'm going to take 2 here. I could maybe have tried to use the attack potion to avoid taking hits. Maybe that was better, but anyways, this turn we'll go ahead and add Vulnerable. We'll add So, and then we'll do Strike and Strike. Enemy's going to debuff me in some way, but they're at exactly 1 health, and hopefully we draw into any damage card and can kill it. Alright, all enemies lose 7 strength. That's pretty good against a bunch of elites. We also got Pull Aggro. I like this card a lot. It's summon 4, gain 7 block. Or I could go with another negative pulse, which could be even more doom, which is pretty nice to start looping that. Let's go with a... Oh, wait, no, I wanted Pull Aggro because I have the Intimidating Helmet. Okay, that was a mistake. I played a little too fast there. Forgot that I had this. Definitely should have taken the 2-cost card because Intimidating Helmet is very powerful with it. I think given that I have 2 potions, and my deck's okay, I'm going to take an elite fight. Alright, so these enemies I can, because I have negative pulse and I have So in my deck, the AoE on these is, having AoE damage to fight these is pretty good. So this should be a relatively easy elite fight for us, I think. They have, the first time they take damage each turn, they gain 6 block, which is fine. All enemies lose 7 strength. Do I need to cast this potion? I've got Bodyguard and Defend is worth 10 block, so we don't really need to do that. So let's go, or negative pulse is also worth 10 blocks. So let's go negative pulse, and then I will go bodyguard. And then Asti, we're taking 12, 15, so Asti will just take 3 damage here. And then let's go ahead and hit the one that is buffing itself for 15 damage, and also upgrade our negative pulse. I could use an attack potion this turn as well. Let's go ahead and do that. There's a bunch of attacks that I could get that would be pretty nice and possibly prevent us taking damage. Right hand, we don't have any 2-cost cards. I could take Sculpting Strike, add Ethereal to a card in my hand. Yeah, let's do that, and we'll just pull the strike out of my deck as well. I'll hit the low health enemy here. And then we can add Ethereal to this strike, and then it will just disappear from our deck so that we don't redraw it. Which, of course, we don't want to, because it's a weak card. Alright, another negative pulse, exactly what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and do negative pulse. We'll do so for 8 damage to all of these enemies. So now 2 of them will die at the end of their turn from the Doom. You can see their purple, their health bar is purple here. We're taking 14, 17 damage. A level 2 defend means that we won't take any damage, though Asti will die. We don't get to cast Invoke this turn, but we get to save our Strength Potion. And then 2 enemies die to the Doom. Here, we're taking 3, so let's go ahead and we'll do High Five. And if I Unleash here, it won't kill that enemy because they did get the block, so I'll just throw in a Defend here. This enemy, and they both die to the Doom. Alright, we got 40 gold, Ornamental Fan. We're playing a lot of attacks, actually, so Ornamental Fan might go off occasionally. Now I'm going to take Pull Aggro, because it works with our Intimidating Helmet, so that's pretty good. And then here, this is kind of a weenie move, but I am going to heal before I fight the boss. I think we just need a little more health, because I had taken a little more chip damage than I would prefer. Alright, so let's look at the boss. We're playing against the Lagavelin Matriarch. I haven't actually fought this enemy yet. It has 12 plating, and awakens upon losing HP or after 3 turns. And so that's losing any HP. So let's go with negative pulse, start stacking some Doom. Do I want to wake it up right away? I think I'd rather just build up Asti first, so we'll go ahead and pass the turn, just not cast any of our strikes. We also get to retain So in our hand, so that's pretty nice. And then we'll go with Bodyguard, buff Asti, we'll go negative pulse for more Doom. I could wake it up this turn. No, I guess not. Let's just pass the turn here. And then this is good. I get to invoke on the turn before the Matriarch wakes up. I'm also going to play Drain Power. This won't break its shielding, so it won't wake up this turn. And that will upgrade 2 of my cards. And then... So I'm actually not sure if I wake it up, does it get stunned? Or does it take a turn right away? I think I will pass, and we'll wait until next turn to deal with its attack patterns. And that's something that I might change, of course, once I know a little more about the attack patterns of these enemies. Let's go ahead and do 11 damage and 2 vulnerable, exactly what we're looking for. We'll do negative pulse here, and I can now do Strike, Strike, So, or Strike, Strike, Defend. I guess I want to cast So while the enemy's vulnerable, so I'll cast that now. Cast Defend, and we'll cast Strike as well. So it has 190 HP, but effectively only 165 because it's got all of this Doom on it. Pull Aggro being upgraded, so this will give us 13 block because of our Intimidating Helmet. And then Asti will take a little bit of damage, but it's definitely worth it to cast an Invoke. And then this coming turn, I can go negative pulse. I get a choice of what I'm upgrading with drain power here, so I'm going to upgrade negative pulse and defend, and then we'll drain power, and then we'll cast strike, because I don't care as much about upgrading the strike. If there's a turn where the shackling potion is important, I'll use it, but currently we haven't had one. We'll keep stacking Doom, and we'll keep high-fiving for more vulnerability. I could have done pull aggro there just for 4, or for summon 5 as well. But I think the vulnerable will matter more. Alright, losing strength and dexterity this turn is pretty bad. Losing dexterity matters a lot on this character since we're trying to block constantly. But the nice thing is that it doesn't affect summon. So Asti will still get his full block value, even though we've lost our dexterity. So I can play this, and he'll only take, he'll take 21. So let's actually do that. We'll do Unleash for 51 damage, and this is why this character gets so strong. And then I'll go ahead and do an Invoke. And then Asti will take 21 damage down to 7. Now I have to actually block the enemy attacks because they're doing 22, which would go through Asti. So let's go with another negative pulse. I guess if I do 2 defends, that keeps Asti alive, and I can still play Invoke and High Five. Only took 2 damage on the hand, so actually we probably could have gotten away with not healing, so I guess that was a little bit too big of a wussing out. Let's see, so I currently have High Five and Defend are my unupgraded cards. I guess Unleash I would love to upgrade, so I'll definitely cast that before I cast Drain Power. So we'll go with Unleash, Drain Power to maximize the chances that my best card gets upgraded. We'll go with Pull Aggro here. I guess this is all kind of academic, because we're going to win the fight anyways, before we redraw the upgraded cards. But we actually even get to keep our potion, and the enemy's now at 54 Doom, so 1 negative pulse end the turn. It's going to do its buff, and then die, and that's Act 1 completed. Alright, let's add a card to our deck. Okay, so, Squeeze. Asti deals 25 damage, deals 5 additional damage for all my other Asti attacks, which currently is just the 1? No, I have High Five as well, so I have 2 Asti attacks. Neurosurge. Gain 3, draw 2. At the start of your turn, apply 3 Doom to yourself. So that's really interesting. It puts a timer on you in a fight, but it's a hugely powerful effect. Or, deal 33 to all enemies for 6, costs 2 less for each ethereal card played. I think I'll take Neurosurge. It's just super powerful, and we are gonna try to end fights before the Doom stacking would matter anyways. Add 2 Relax to my deck. Gain 15 block. Next turn, draw 2. Gain 2 energy. Enchant all defends with Goopy. This card gains Exhaust when played. Permanently increases this card's block by 1. Or doubles block gain from a card, then goes to sleep for 2 turns with Pale's Legion. So basically our first block would get doubled twice, which is pretty nice as well. Currently I've got 4 defends. I do have some other ways to block, so even if all of my blocks get exhausted, then we do have some other ways to generate block. I'm going to try Pale's Claw. This might be a little scary, but I think it's kind of a fun option, and I want to try stuff out while the game is still young, and I'm still learning. I definitely want to hit this shop if I can, and we still get elites, we still get an upgrade. It does mean I'm only getting maximum 2 elites this run, but this act, but I think that's okay. We'll just go here and get to the shop as quickly as we can. So, for example, on this fight, we have 60 health. So if I have Doom, at the start of my turn, we apply 3 Doom. We have 20 turns to win the fight. So Neurosurge is just incredible here. So we'll go ahead and do that. I will do High Five, make the enemies more vulnerable. If I had drawn into I think we just win immediately here. Can I kill the bullbug before it goes? That would be 10 damage, and then we have 2 strikes. Looks like no. But I'm going to go ahead and play my defend here. I want to play my goopy cards because they get permanently better, so I definitely want to try to play those. And then we'll go with Unleash on this guy, Strike on this guy, and I guess Negative Pulse. Alright, so I can actually farm a little bit. We'll at least play a defend and buff it. And then I could try to play both my other defends. Like I could stall this fight a little to upgrade my defends. I guess that's probably worth doing. It's a little bit like it's a little slow, but this fight is kind of free, so oh no, I put it below below the Doom effect. Alright. Well, what I should have done there is not kill the enemy and then play 2 defends for +1 defend, +1 block on each of them. That's kind of a nice potion for elite fights. When I play a soul, a random enemy loses 6. I don't have a way to generate souls yet, but I will usually pick those up when I see them. Gain 1, and when you upgrade it, that's retain gain 1, which is pretty nice. It lets you just get a better turn when you need it. This is just a good attack, but with ethereal. And I kind of like that as well, because when you don't want just a 13 damage attack, you can just let it burn. I think I'll take the Wisp, though. More energy is such a premium effect in this game, so anything that gives that to you is good. Like here, it just lets me play an extra card, which is really important. So we'll go ahead and play Wisp. We'll go with Pull Aggro. I definitely want to play at least one of these defends to increase my block. Let's go with Strike, and we'll play the weaker defend. I'd rather spread out the power of my defends, I think. Okay, so this enemy also is a Thieving Hopper. At the end of 4 turns, it's going to run away. So I need to deal enough damage to it to not let that happen. We'll play Neurosurge here, and I will play... Let's see, I've got 2 things that I could upgrade as well. But let's go with Bodyguard, Unleash, Drain Power to try to upgrade my Unleash, if possible. We miss, but that's alright. And then we'll play... Negative Pulse, and I'll just play the Defend just for the permanent block on it. 21 is a lot of damage coming from this enemy here. Let's go with Defend to permanently upgrade it. I'll go with Strike. Oh, okay, so it's got Flutter. It receives 50% less damage from attacks. Deal attack damage 4 times to stun it. So... Osti's not going to die. I'm going to go ahead and use Invoke here. We'll take a big hit. That's fine. And then here, I can go with... We've got 14 incoming damage, so I'll go with... and we still have 2 turns before it runs away. So we'll just play everything in my hand here. Because then if I just get 1 more hit on it, we stun it before it runs away, so I just need any attacking card this turn. And I guess we'll go with Strike. That'll stun it and take away the thing, and then we can just unleash and kill it. Okay, cool. Take my stolen card back. We got High Five back, and we got a Swift Potion as well to draw 3 cards. And then here, apply 13 Doom, draw 1 card. Osti deals 10, add Retain to a card in my hand. Kind of nice. Just Retain is really good because it basically gives you an extra draw. It, like, removes a card from your deck. A 10 damage attack isn't that exciting. I don't know how much I love any of these cards. Reap does have the benefit of working with the Intimidating Helmet, so it's +4 block as well. Scourge, when you upgrade it, draws 2 and applies 16 Doom. Cycling through cards is always good. Let's try the Snap. I'm curious how that works. It's possible I'm just supposed to skip there as well. Alright, so let's look at our... start by looking at our artifact. So Vadra, always good. Start each combat with 1 strength. Sparkling Rouge. At the start of your third turn, gain 1 strength and 1 dexterity. Pretty nice, because this character is always taking longer fights. At the end of combat, upgrade all card rewards if you took no damage. Pretty good economy artifact, since we're often taking no damage in these fights. But I think I'm going to go with the Rouge, and we'll go with the remove a card. We'll get rid of another strike. Do I want this Shroud? When I apply Doom, gain 2 block. So basically that's a power that reads my negative pulses give us 7 block instead of only 5. I think that's pretty good. I'll go ahead and buy that. My deck is definitely getting kind of bloated. I'm buying more cards than I would if I had played this game more, basically. But of course, we're still learning the ropes, so I just want to try a bunch of cards and see how good they are. We'll play Shroud here. When you apply Doom, gain 2 block, and let's go with Snap, and then I can put Retain on Pull Aggro, which we probably are going to want next turn, and then we'll use Unleash as well. Do I think I'm going to need a potion this turn? I could use Powdered Demise on this character. I think not. We'll just keep Pull Aggro here. So what did it put on me? Whenever you play a card, lose 1 strength and 1 dexterity this turn. Okay, that is kind of a problem. That's a lot of penalties to my blocking. But I think we'll be fine. So let's go ahead and play Pull Aggro first. That's 18 block. That's enough that I can invoke. So I will go with Negative Pulse to gain the block first. Then I'll go Neurosurge. And then Invoke. And then High Five, which is doing 4 less strength damage, but will apply Vulnerable for 2 turns anyways, and Asti takes no damage here. I probably could have sequenced that fight better to deal like a little bit more damage, but that's okay. So here, Negative Pulse, this is going to be 8 block thanks to my power, and puts some Doom on the enemy. Bodyguard, we don't care about the dexterity loss from Bodyguard. Actually, I definitely should have done that in a different order. But that's okay. We'll play Sow and Drain Power. And then I guess I'll play Defend to try to retain some health on Asti. And because I want to play my Defense to buff Asti here. Or to buff them permanently. Let's go ahead and do that again. We'll play a Defend and buff it permanently. We will play Negative Pulse. And I'll play Snap and retain my Defend here, because I might want to cast that next turn. 21 damage incoming. So let's go with Pull Aggro. And Bodyguard. And I think I will go Wisp and Unleash. Oh, and that'll just kill it. Because of the Doom. I need to get a little better about doing the Doom math properly as well. Deal 8 damage. Add Ethereal to a card in my hand. So this can let me get rid of like unwanted strikes and stuff like that. Deal 10. The next Ethereal card you play costs 0. I think I don't want any of these. We've already got a Wisp. And my deck is already 18 cards, which is kind of large. 21 damage incoming. So let's go ahead and play Defend. And we're really getting good at, like, our defense are really getting good because of the goopies. So that's really nice. We'll play Invoke. And I'll just play Bodyguard here. I could do Drain Power, but I want to make sure I don't take any damage. And we did a setup turn by playing Invoke, so now we have 6 this turn. Let's go with Negative Pulse for sure, Pull Aggro for sure. That's 18 damage. I guess I can't block any more, so that's fine. I don't need the Wisp this turn, so we'll go ahead and do Snap, add Retain to Wisp, and that can stay in my hand. And then we'll do Unleash and Sow. And then if we do need the Wisp in a future turn, we've got it. Here, I'm going to go ahead and play Strike. I guess I want to leave the Defends in my deck currently, so we'll wait and the Daze will go away. The enemy here is buffing. So this enemy, by the way, when it's hit by an attack, it adds 2 Dazed into my draw pile, so we're adding a bunch of Dazed to ourselves. There's not really much we can do about that, but that's just going to consistently happen. Wait, so Shroud actually, does that work with Neurosurge? I guess it does, right? I hadn't really thought of that, but that's a really nice synergy. We're going to get 2 block every turn. So that's very much a powerful effect to have rolled into kind of by accident. And then I'll play this Defend here. Enemy's going to do 28 total damage, so Asti will take a couple hits. So we're now, yeah, we're getting 2 block every turn, which is great. Here, I'm going to go with, I can only play 4 worth of stuff. So let's go with High 5. That's more Dazes. We'll play our Wisp now, and then we'll play Pull Aggro, and that blocks almost all of the incoming damage. And then here, Negative Pulse. This is more doom to the enemy. And then I can go with Drain Power and get some upgrades. Do I want So upgraded more than these? I think I'd rather have these 3 upgraded, so we'll do Drain Power first. And then I will play So here. I do need to end this fight before the Dazes stack up so much that my deck becomes unplayable. So this is 5 times 7, so that is 35 incoming damage. Obviously, that's a lot. But we should be able to just win with Bodyguard and Unleash, right? And then Snap. And I want to kill it before the Doom does, because I don't want to let it get a turn. Okay, nice. Perfect fight. We've got Colorless Potion. I think I like the potions I have currently. Whenever Asti attacks, gain 2 block. That's great. Asti is attacking, at least sometimes. Asti's attacks deal 6 extra damage. Lose 1 strength, gain 1 at the start of each turn. I really like that. I don't mind losing 1 strength on this character. So we'll take Friendship here. And we obviously want more energy always. So that's pretty nice. Let's go here. We'll do Upgrade a card. Upgraded Neurosurge is 4 energy. So that's good, but not that important. Upgraded Shroud is 3 block, which is nice. I could upgrade Pull Aggro. That's always a nice one to upgrade. I could upgrade Drain Power to upgrade more of my cards over time. Negative Pulse increases the Doom amounts. Let's upgrade... I could give Wisp Retain inherently. Let's just upgrade Drain Power. Upgrading 3 cards will just loop us through our cards. Through our card upgrades so much faster. Okay, you come upon a faintly glowing key and go to pick it up. Been looking all over for that key. Now, if you don't mind, this person looks like bad news, but maybe it's not good to be judgy. I can gain 100 gold by returning the key, or I can fight to retain the key. Well, obviously, we're going to fight here. This is a Mysterious Knight. Okay. Well, really nice to draw Neurosurge on our first turn. That's going to make it much easier not to die to this 21 damage attack. We'll play Invoke for next turn, of course. And let's play my doubled block at the start here, 24 block. Yeah, so the goopy blocks, I think, are incredible. I wasn't entirely sure about them, but I'm very impressed with that card currently. I always want to play Bodyguard. I guess I always want to play Negative Pulse just for the Doom, and we'll play Snap. Oh, I should have played that even if I was playing the cards. So bad sequencing there. If I play Snap first, I keep Retain on one of these cards, which I do want, of course, but that's fine. $30 incoming damage here, which is a lot. And neither of these are my built-up defense, so we're going to take a big hit this turn. I could also go with the Swift Potion. Yeah, I think I'll draw 3. Because I would like to... Wow, that didn't help at all. I would like, of course, not to take all this damage. But... I could use Shackling Potion to save myself 7 health. That doesn't seem that great. I could play Powdered Demise. That doesn't matter currently. So let's go with High 5. Feel vulnerable to the enemy. And then Unleash. Because I might just be able to kill it with my Drain Power and everything. Let's go Drain Power. No, I'm not close to killing it here, so I'm going to go with Wisp, Defend, and I guess I'll play the Friendship. Okay, we got 26 block anyway, so Asti will take 4, but I'm not taking any damage, actually. I was a little more worried than I needed to be there. And then this turn, I do want to play the Shroud at some point, but let's start with High 5, 16 damage. And then I can go pull aggro for 12 block, and Asti will take some damage. I can't kill it this turn. I could also go defend and negative pulse. I guess that's better, because it lets me upgrade my defend again. And then here, we'll go with Drain Power and Unleash. Dexterity Potion, sure. Add Lantern Key to my deck. Unlocks a special event in the next act. Sick. Alright, I'm looking forward to that. Grave Warden, I love this card. It's just a good blocking card, and it adds us a good draw card, a good free draw card to my draw pile. Fear is also nice when it's upgraded, but I'm going to take Grave Warden instead. Get a Relic here. And Bag of Preparation, that's great. We're always going to be looking for stuff like that, and then we'll go fight these bugs. 4 damage, and this one is 2 status cards. I want to focus my damage on this enemy if I'm choosing between them, because it's the one that's buffing itself. So we'll play Friendship, but not before I play any damaging spells I'm playing. Play Grave Warden here to shuffle a soul into my deck. And I guess, am I playing Unleash or Negative Pulse this turn? This is effectively more damage anyways, so I'll play that, and then we'll lose our strength. 2 Toxic. At the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, take 5 damage. Alright, that's a lot of damage, and importantly, effects that deal damage like this bypass Asti, so he will not be able to block for us. This is not great. We're definitely taking some damage this turn, because I have no blocking effects. We can play High 5 and gain 6 block there. And can I kill either of these enemies? No, I cannot. So let's play Snap, which I guess I want to put the Retain on Strike. I should have put the Retain on High 5. But we'll go ahead and do this. Put the Retain on Strike just to have it on something. And then I am going to Toxic, and I'll Wisp and Toxic. And then we're taking we'll take 3 damage. Asti will die. That's okay. This is a tough fight for us, but I think we'll be fine from now on. I'll play Neurosurge. You can have up to 10 cards in your hand, so we can do this without going over the card total. Same with Soul here. And still draw 2. I was hoping to draw into a High 5, but I guess we didn't reshuffle fully. I definitely want to play Invoke. I want to play Pull Aggro for 12 block. I want to play Sow, because it's going to damage both enemies. And the question is, what other things am I playing? So we've got 19, 29 incoming damage. With Negative Pulse and Shroud, that would be 8 more blocks, so not enough to protect me. So I either need to play some of these Toxics or play some more Defends. Let's go with or kill the enemy. Can I kill them? I've got Drain Power plus Strike, so I actually can kill this one. So that's the correct option. Is kill that guy before he attacks, and then we're taking not enough damage to matter. I'll set up the Shroud here just in case this fight goes longer. It shouldn't, but just for safety. And then this fight, I've got... We'll just play everything. And this fight, we have Unleash, which should be able to win the fight alongside the Strike. Alright, Dirge. Summon 3 X times, add X souls into your draw pile. So that does a bunch of block and adds a bunch of card draw into our draw pile. Let's try Dirge. I'll go here to the shop, and at worst I can always remove a card. Apply 10 Doom plus an additional 5 Doom for every 10. Add Replay to a card in my hand. I can't afford that. Alright, we'll just remove another Strike. We've now gotten every Strike out of our deck, which is good. Get the event here, and lose 6, gain 61 gold, or add Clumsy and obtain a random relic. I'd rather just have the gold. I don't want to clutter up my deck even more. I'm going to take the Elite fight here. So these enemies are in segments, and they will revive in 2 turns after killing them. So that's going to be kind of a challenge for this run in particular, because our damage is not dealt very cleanly. Also, this is a fairly weak opening hand, because we don't have any way to deal AoE damage or anything, and we don't have our Neurosurge or Invoke. So let's go with Shackling Potion, and that way I don't have to worry about defending myself at all this turn. In fact, I could just go Dirge 3 times, or even 4 times with the Wisp. I could also go Dirge, play Wisp, play Drain Power. Maybe that's better. So we'll do that, and that way I can upgrade my Dirge in future. And I'll hit the highest health one. Enemies do nothing, because we used our Reduce Enemy Strength potion. They're doing 28 damage this turn, so I need to block at least 17 if I want to take no damage. I can play Grave Warden. That's our first... It is our first block effect, so we do get double block here. So yeah, let's play Grave Warden, and we'll play Negative Pulse. Asti can take some hits this turn. I want to get Friendship online. I'm weak this turn, but that's fine. Okay, we drew 3 of our souls. I guess they all got shuffled into the bottom. That's funny. Play High Five for sure. And I'll play Soul. Soul. I was looking for, I'm looking for the Neurosurge, because I want extra energy this turn. Setting up Shroud, I definitely want to do. I've got 5 that I can play. I want to play the So as well. So let's go Shroud. I'll play a Soul here. Invoke I also would like to set up as well. So I have a few things I want to play. Enemies are doing enough damage that I do need to play some defenses. Let's play another Soul, and we'll just see what we draw here. I could go High Five again, and then So, and that would kill the middle enemy. Let's do that. So we'll do this. We'll do So here. That kills one of them. That one's dying to Doom. This one's not dying to Doom, but we'll be able to kill it next turn. So then I will go with the smallest block that will block all the damage. I actually don't need a block at all, but do I want to... I guess I still want to set up at least 1 Goopy gain. So we'll let the enemies take a turn, and then I'll kill this Decimillipede this turn, just with any damage spell, and win the fight pretty cleanly. Upgrade 2 random skills. Perfect. Defend and Wisp. Great. Very happy with that. Okay. At the start of your turn, add 1 random card to your hand. It gains Ethereal. I do like this. You don't have to clog up your deck, because if you don't like the card and don't want to shuffle it in, you just don't play it. So I'll take Call of the Void here. And then 9 incoming damage from this enemy. We will go with a negative pulse, and bodyguard. I don't particularly need to play my Wisp, so I'll just keep it for next turn. The Louse Progenitor gains 14 block on first being hit. Here, I will go with Call of the Void, which I want set up for sure. Do I want a high 5? Or set up Grave Warden for souls? I guess I'll do the high 5 and get it vulnerable. It's boosting its strength, and it's setting up some block. That's fine. 19 damage incoming. So I have Afterlife. This is Ethereal, and it's Summon 6. This is our random card here. I'm always going to be playing Wisp this turn, because I definitely need to try to block some incoming damage. I'm going to play Afterlife so that we don't take too many hits. And I guess I'll play Friendship, Invoke, and Dirge. Asti will die this turn, but we won't take any damage, and we get to shuffle in a soul. And we got to set up Friendship, we got to set up Invoke, so we're pretty happy with how that turn went. Go with Neurosurge, go with Shroud. Another Afterlife, sure. I mean, if I keep drawing those, I'll keep playing them. Let's go with a Soul here. Negative Pulse, and we get some block. And then I can play one of my defends. Let's play this one. And then I don't need any of my other defends this turn, and I do kind of want to keep them. Although I could play them for the permanent buff. We'll probably end up playing them later. Alright, this card I'm happy to shuffle into my deck, so we'll definitely play it. And then let's go with high 5. Bodyguard and Drain Power. I think I have enough unupgraded cards. I'm going to skip on playing Dirge this turn. I could have shuffled the Dirge in and tried to upgrade the Dirge, actually. Maybe that was better. So this is my random card? No, Invoke is my random card. I'm thrilled to play another Invoke here. So I'll play that. I'll play Pull Aggro. Gonna take 12 damage on Asti, but that's okay. Do I want another Invoke? I could also give something Retain. Yeah, but let's just play another Invoke. We'll take a bunch of damage on Asti, but we're basically just setting up for a big, for some big damage later down the line. And we get a really strong turn this turn. So we'll go Negative Pulse. We'll go Defend. Defy, I think I'm going to let that just tick out. I don't really need to keep that in my deck. So I'll go Drain Power, and then I'll go Dirge for 5 souls shuffled in. And you can see that the deck is really starting to come online. This is an Ethereal card, so it's going to go away anyways. Or an Exhaust card, so it's going to go away when we play it anyways. Gonna play a bunch of souls here, and then Unleash will end the fight. This is the card I've been looking for this whole time to go with our Shroud. This will apply Doom to enemies, and I guess and me with Neurosurge, so that's a really nice combination. We'll be getting 4 block every turn. I don't need to rest, of course. I could make that innate. I could do summon 4 X times, add X upgraded souls to my draw. I don't care about that much. I think I'll go with Shroud Plus. That's going to be 6 block every turn when we set it up. This enemy curses you and makes you take more and more severe penalties as the fight goes on, which is kind of a problem for the character that I'm playing. But we should be okay. I'm going to use Powdered Demise on it. It's not going to be that much additional DPS, but it is nice just to reduce its health over time. We'll play Bodyguard, we'll play Unleash, and I guess I'll play the Grave Warden. No, I don't want to waste my double block. So we'll keep Grave Warden here. I'm going to go with take 6 damage at the end of my turn. We can take at least one of those, no problem. Let's go with Negative Pulse. Invoke. I guess I want to play all of these, so I'll use my Wisp, we'll use Call of the Void, we'll use Friendship. And I'm going to take some damage this turn. Asti will die, but that's okay. Now I can set up Shroud. Severance gives me 3 souls here. That's a cool one. Do I want to keep this? I probably do want to keep this in my deck, so I'm going to play it this turn. And we'll do that. I will use these souls now, because I would like to draw into some sort of block currently, which I have none of. Go with Neurosurge as well. Okay, so I drew into a blocking effect. And use my Dexterity Potion. I was kind of hoping not to have to do that, but it looks like we're taking a bunch of damage this turn if I don't. We'll play Countdown, we'll play Shroud. That should be giving us a bunch of block over the next couple rounds. And then I can go with Negative Pulse, pull Aggro. I don't need to use this Defend. I will go with Drain Power to upgrade things over time, and I'll play my Dirge for more souls. Just want to cycle through my deck really quickly. When I play a soul, a random enemy loses 6 HP. Sure, we're pretty happy with that. We'll play Haunt. We'll play a soul. We'll play another one. I'm hoping to draw into an Invoke this turn, but that's okay. We drew into Grave Warden and Negative Pulse. And I think now I can start just... I'll play a Defend here just to upgrade it once. You can see we have plenty of block. Deal 33 to all enemies, costs 2 less for each ethereal card played this combat. So this is going to be free pretty quickly. And I've got this Severance still. So let's go with Soul. We'll go with Soul. I'll go Invoke. Wait. Oh no, souls aren't ethereal. They burn, they're not ethereal. Here I can Unleash, I can Drain Power, I can Severance. I think I'll just go Severance. And then I will go with Bodyguard, setting up for future turns. And we'll play Banshee's Cry as well, because it costs 0. Keep shuffling those souls in. At the end of my turn, I take 7 damage. I definitely don't want... I can only play 3 cards every turn, because as you can see, we're doing a lot more than that. We'll play a Friendship here. We'll play Negative Pulse, Soul. Bodyguard, so I have enough blocking. We'll take 13, and then Asti will tank the rest of it. But I need at least 13 block, because this is dealt directly to me, not to Asti. Draw some more cards. We'll play this. I'll play that and make that retain. And then Drain Power, upgrading the rest of the cards in my deck. I guess I'd rather play the souls, play the Dirge than the Soap. I do have 9 Doom. We're actually taking a long enough time at this fight that I might need to worry about that. Usually not what happens in these fights, but I think we'll be fine. Let's go with High Five, Soul, Negative Pulse for more block. I'll play another Soul here. Definitely want to play that. And then I will play one of my Defends. Let's play the one with the least block on it. Add Replay to a card in my hand. I don't really want to make any of my cards here more expensive. But if I draw... Oh, actually, let's do Transfigure Invoke. That's pretty cool, because now I just get 6 energy next turn. I'll do High Five, I'll do a Defend, and I'll do Severance, and just get more and more souls shuffled in. And then here, we've got Banshee's Cry. I don't have... I need, like, Unleash just to win the fight right away. But, oh, the enemy is... Oh no, I took damage there. I wasn't paying attention to the block. Getting a little sloppy because this fight was taking a little too long. But the enemy dies to the Doom and just disintegrates here. When I play a soul summon 1, well, you saw we had a lot of souls happening. but partly that was because of an effect that we got randomly from Call of the Void. We won't be getting as much normally. I could go Sentry mode just for 10 damage every turn, which is always a good one. Let's just do Sentry mode here. Had to step away briefly, but we're back at the start of Act 3, so let's take a look at our rewards. What a mighty scythe. Why, thank you. It's special made for vengeance. I may cook at rest sites. We always want to let them cook. So remove 2 cards from your deck and gain 9 max HP at a rest site. That's really good. Being able to remove 2 cards is incredible. First card you play each combat is played an extra time. Very powerful as well with all of our powers. Or add 1 whistle to our deck. 33, stun the enemy, exhaust. That's a pretty nice one as well. Let's go with... I have a bunch of cards I don't mind removing, but I think I'm going to go with the double play. There's just so many powerful combos we can get with that. Alright, so I would like to hit at least a couple elites before we get to the boss. And 1 shop. So let's go up this right-hand path here. So we're definitely... No, I don't want to start with Neurosurge, because I'm double playing my first card, so I need to remember that. I can start with Invoke, and just double play that. That seems pretty good. So we'll just get 1,000,000 energy next turn. Then we'll Neurosurge, draw some cards. We're going to play... I need to do some blocking. So let's go with Pull Aggro. And these enemies are going to be doing 15, 21 damage, so I should be able to easily get enough block for that. Let's go with Negative Pulse, and I definitely want to set up the Friendship here. And I could go with Bodyguard or Dirge. I think that Dirge is just going to be better. It's a less summon, but we put a soul in our deck, which is great. -1 strength here as well from the Friendship. Okay, so I can set up Sentry mode and Countdown. Definitely great to do that. And is there a way that I can avoid taking damage this turn? Because I'm again going to take 21. I guess Asti has plenty of health, so we're fine here. So we'll just play every card in our hand. Hit the enemy that doesn't have 1,000,000 shield. If we can kill the turret operator first, it's better to, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. Oh yeah, it unlocks a special event in the next act. I need to look at... Is there a specific lantern key area? Or is this like a post-boss fight thing? Do we get the true ending? So we'll go with Asti's Sweeping Gaze attack. And then add some Doom to my enemies here. And I guess I just... don't need to play any of these. I think I'll just play all of the defends just to upgrade them. Looks like this fight's going to be fairly easy. So we'll make sure we're getting our upgrades on our defends here. Go with Sweeping Gaze. We'll go with Grave Warden, Shroud, and I'll drain power on this enemy, so now it's going to die. Asti's going to take some hits this turn, but we doomed that one enemy. This one is also very close to dying, so we'll just do double Negative Pulse, and sure. Clean out this fight, and there we go. Another very clean fight here. Add a card to my deck. Yeah, I'll take another Invoke. I definitely want to be cycling through those as we go. All right, let's do our event and see if we get the Lantern Key. Okay, so lose Lantern Key. It's the War Historian Repi. An academic is trapped in a hanging cage next to a treasure chest. The academic is muttering about one-time use keys while furiously writing something. Looks like you can unlock the cage or the chest. Unlike the cage, we get History Course. At the start of your turn, play a copy of your last played attack or skill. Absurdly powerful. Okay, so the Lantern Key event is definitely worth it, because this is an incredibly powerful event. Or 2 random potions and 2 random relics. Let's get History Course. I think that this is going to be way better than 2 random relics. Go into the next fight here. So this turn, We're looking at a bunch of incoming damage, but I have my super high level Goopy defends, so that's fine. So we can go with Grave Warden, and... oh no, I meant to go defend so I could play the Friendship this turn. That's fine, we'll just play some defends. So I should have played the defend first, because it would have gotten the doubled shielding, and then I could have gotten Friendship played as well. But it's, in the end, it's not that big a deal. This Ascension level does not require super optimal play in order to succeed. So we've got 28 incoming damage here. Let's go with Negative Pulse, and that will give me a bunch of shield from my Doom, because we have 6 Shroud. And so we had got 18 block from that, and then we're well over the 28 that we needed. So I can then go Drain Power, go Negative Pulse again, can go so we'll just play all of these as well. This enemy is going to die to the Doom here, and then we'll go Countdown. I'm gonna Soul so I can make sure that I actually block all the damage that's incoming, and we'll set up Sentry Mode so we can end the fight more quickly next turn. I'm definitely... my sequencing here is not perfect. That mostly doesn't matter. I'm just trying to kind of speed through these fights when they're easy. And Defy is pretty good as well. 7 block and 2 weak. I don't currently have a way to weaken enemies, but Severance, the upgraded Severance, adding a soul to my entire deck over and over again, I think that might even be better. We got that randomly in that one fight, and that was incredibly powerful, so I think we're gonna focus on that. Alright, let's go to the event. It's a shop. I could remove a card. There aren't actually cards that I really want to remove. Like, I could remove So. It's not amazing for us. It's not a huge part of our plan. High Five, also not a huge part of our plan, but is still totally reasonable. But I think we'll just go with Oddly Smooth Stone. +1 Dexterity is just going to help more than most other things in terms of making sure that we don't die when we get into these late-game encounters. The Punch Construct and the Cubex Construct. Alright, so if I double Shroud here, and then we can get a million block from Negative Pulse later on. I could also just play Severance. So, yeah, let's do that. And just get some souls shuffled in. I love that animation. It's really funny. This is a pretty weak opening turn for me, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll go with 2 souls here. I've got 28 block on this defend, so that one is going to give us, we've got 18, 32 incoming damage, and we have 32 block, so I can just double invoke here. Setting up for a great next turn, especially because we've shuffled in all these extra draws into the deck. This turn didn't end up as powerful as I would have liked, but that's okay. We can still use our double blocks, and our goopy blocks are more than enough to keep us alive here, and we can get Countdown set up. These enemies are getting a lot of strength, so I do need to be aware of that. Because I didn't end up getting a lot of my powers set up early, this fight has maybe been a little more difficult than it would have been otherwise. But let's go with Soul, we'll get Neurosurge and draw some more cards. And then I'll do Negative Pulse, and that should get me a ton of block. We're taking 44 damage this turn, so I still need a little bit more block if I want to keep Asti alive, but we'll just play all our cards, I guess. I have a million energy here. And Sentry Mode. And here I will go with... we have 7 energy, so this is why I love having multiple invokes in the deck. You can just cycle through your cards over and over again, and it's so powerful. Currently, I can unleash here and kill that one, and then we've got 26 incoming damage, and they both die to Doom. Add a card to the deck. I like Spur, and upgraded Spur is pretty good as well. This is summon 5, so it's going to upgrade Asti and give him 7 more health. And because it has Retain, it doesn't really clog up our deck, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. To take the elite fights, you don't really need to do that at this point in the game because we're so far ahead. But I just like doing the elite fights in the late game. They're just fun. All right, let's do that one. And then we'll go Countdown. Oh, I should not have double played my Defend. I needed to double play Countdown or Invoke. I keep forgetting I have the Throwing Axe. The Mechanite does have Artifact, so he resists our debuffs, which means it's going to be a minute before we can get our countdowns set up on him. But I think somehow we'll survive here. I've got 6 still, so let's do that. We'll do Snap and put Retain on Pull Aggro, and I'll do Bodyguard. Don't really need to do Surge, so let's just go ahead and do Dirge. Alright, this guy fills your hand with Burn, so I actually don't want too many Retain cards in hand, because then I won't be drawing into new cards, and that could be problematic. Start stacking up some Doom, we'll do Pull Aggro, we'll do I'll do Spur. Just emptying my hand, so even when he fills it with burns, it's fine. 4 souls, that is exactly what you want to see. Let's go Drain Power here. More souls, more souls. I'll put up Shroud so that our negative pulse will do stuff. I still have this Wisp for extra energy. We are going to lose a big hit on Asti this turn, but negative pulse will still give me some block, and I don't mind having Asti take a bunch of damage here. We're really just trying to stack up all of our spells. Retain, Ethereal, that one I can just let it go. We'll play... I am running out of... I haven't cast Invokes recently, so I need to draw into my Invokes in order to boost my energy. And because I didn't play Friendship as well, yeah, the Friendship I cycled through, so we're actually not getting enough energy each turn. So let's go with just triple Dirge here, just to try to draw into our Invokes more. Asti deals 7 damage, hits an additional time for each other time he's attacked this turn. We don't need that currently. So let's go Invoke. I'll play a Soul. I'll play Spur. I'll play another Soul, and we'll play, I guess, just Fear. Cycle through those spells as well. 45 damage incoming, but this turn we've played an Invoke, so we're fine. Asti deals 5 damage. Whenever he hits the enemy this turn, summon 2. We don't have a lot of other ways for him to deal damage. I do have Snap, so I could use Sikkim and start summoning here. Let's go ahead and play... Yeah, I guess I'll do that. It does shuffle into the deck. I do need to be aware of that, but let's do that. We'll give Drain Power, Retain. I'm basically just adding Retain somewhat randomly. It doesn't really matter what I add Retain to. It's an advantage to add it to everything. And then here I've got 42 blocks, so yeah, I can play Retain Power or Drain Power, upgrade my cards in my deck. This is going to be a slightly longer fight, so the upgrades do matter. Let's go with Severance here, and then I'll play the weaker soul, the unupgraded one. Vulnerable, definitely important to have on the enemies as well. And let's go with another soul play. I'll do more vulnerable, and I'll just do 1 Dirge. Just to keep building up souls in the deck. Okay, we finally drew into Friendship, so I'm going to play that, and I'll play Shroud as well. We do have Doom ticking up on me, and also on the enemy, because I have Countdown and Neurosurge both active, so I do need to be aware that those are those are concerns. Deal damage equal to the enemy's doom. So this is just 80 damage. This enemy is hitting for 50, but we can use defend. And I'll play the soul here. I'll play another soul. Just try to draw into some other stuff. Do times up. So now it will definitely die. And then it doesn't matter what I do. It's going to hit, but it won't get through Osti's hit points because we've built up 1,000,000 of his hit points. And so the elite will die here. All right. Fish oil potion. 1 week to all enemies. I love Red Mask. A lot of the time when you take damage, it's because you took it on the first turn of combat before you've set up block. So Red Mask really helps avoid that. And yeah, I'll go with a third Invoke. Open the chest. Pendulum. Our deck is too big to make really good use of this, but it's still going to be fine. All my viewers in New Zealand are, I'm sure, laughing it up there. Let's go with Grave Warden or pull aggro. Either way, I'm playing the card twice and doubling it. And doubling the block that we get from it. So I could also go double Neurosurge for even more energy. I could go double Invoke. This enemy is hitting for 21. So let's just go double Grave Warden. Just set that up. I'll Neurosurge here. That's fine. I'll play Shroud. And we'll play Invoke. I don't need to do anything else in particular, so we'll just do all of these, block the damage, and get some long-term value set up as we fight the Soul Nexus here. 24 damage incoming, so we'll play one of our defends, and again, because they're goopy, we get to upgrade them. Let's draw 2 cards, we'll get Countdown set up, we'll get a negative pulse going, and just get some dooms stacking up. And I've got more than 24 health here, so let's do that. I'll retain these 2 in case we need them in a future round. Having the extra dexterity is also massive for this build currently. Invoke, I definitely want. I'll play a defend here that blocks all 18 incoming damage. And then let's do this and get the friendship set up. I could have used Wisp there to get an extra card play. Maybe that was important to do. Or not important, but would have been better to do. Continuing to cycle through all of my goopy defends, because I want to make sure that I've upgraded them to the maximum when we get to the boss. We've got 36 damage incoming this turn. Let's go with negative pulse, and we'll play Dirge here. Keep on cycling these invokes, and we'll keep on adding up more and more doom. I'm going to let the Sikkim time out here. We'll just draw into better stuff to play here. And we can keep upgrading the cards that are in my bin. Do I want to play Wisp? I don't think we need to, so we can just keep cycling in more souls. And this is, like I said, the thing that I love about this character is that as you play, your deck just gets stronger and stronger every turn. And I just find that really fun in a deck building game, that you get to optimize your deck both within the play and outside of it. We don't have enough block to stop Osti from taking damage this turn, but that actually doesn't matter. But I will do a few of these pieces here. We're too short of being able to kill it this turn, but that's okay. Pull from below. Deal 3 for each ethereal card played this combat. Hits 1 time. I guess I've only played 1 ethereal card this combat. That's funny. Alright, anyways, that's enough damage, and the Soul Nexus will die to the Doom. 14 block at the start of our second turn. This is also really good. Do I want any of these? I don't think so. Sikkim is okay, but I don't want to clog my deck too much more than we have already. Let's go ahead and upgrade a card. I will upgrade Sentry Mode, only costing 1 is a pretty big upgrade. Countdown Plus could be quite a lot more doom to the enemy, just end fights faster. I could get Call of the Void Innate, which would be nice as well. Let's go with just cost reduction. When you get a cost reduction upgrade, it's like almost always right to take it in this kind of game. Of course, energy is the resource that you are worried about. So if you can double it, it's going to be really good. Or increase it, it's going to be really good. Let's double invoke here. And I've got 15 incoming damage, but we can block all of that with our defend. And then I'll get friendship set up as well. Countdown, we're just going to wait on. Getting the extra energy every turn matters more. So there's this is definitely a placeholder graphic. While Spectral Knight is alive, all my cards are ethereal. Okay, so that could be a problem. I do need to kill the Spectral Knight, because all of my cards are going to go away at the end of the turn here. Fortunately, I can play all of them this turn, but later on I might not be able to. So I guess I do actually want to play all of my cards. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I've only got 4 energy this turn, but let's go with Shroud, defend, snap, and if I play Soul, I'll just draw into some ethereal cards. So we're going to take some damage on Asti this turn, but that's okay. We're mostly worried about not ending up with... Oh, right, it replayed my attack. I've been completely forgetting the history course. Play a copy of my last played attack or skill. But it has been going off. So let's go ahead and add retain to invoke, because why not? Though I am going to play the invoke here. And we'll go with negative pulse, unleash to kill the Spectral Knight, and we'll play Dirge as well for no value, just because it's ethereal, so it will go away otherwise. Well, Magi Knight is not alive, all my cards are downgraded, so that's the reason that all of our card upgrades have gone away. But again, we should be able to play this entire hand here. We've got 4 remaining. So we're, again, just going to cycle through our cards. Asti will take a big hit. Oh, actually, I took damage there, so I should have done the math a little better. Definitely getting a little sloppy in the end game here. I just need to kind of focus up. We've got 30 incoming damage, 40 incoming damage, and I currently do not have much that can deal with that. So let's start with Sweeping Gaze and Negative Pulse. That gets me 15 block. Because I only have... Because it's downgraded, so I only have 2 bonus block per doom from the Shroud. I could play the attack potion to try to kill the Magi Knight this turn. And if I think I'm going to take a lot of damage. We've got 30 block currently. With Spur, I'll go up a little bit more. Countdown, obviously, I'm playing. Invoke, I'm playing. And Dirge, I'm playing. So the question is, do I need to try to kill the Magi Knight this turn? Looks like I do, because I'm otherwise going to take a bunch of damage. So we'll use our attack potion here. And I just need anything that kills the Magi Knight in 1 attack, and Flatten will do it. So definitely a sloppy fight here. I just got a little lazy during this fight. We've got 30 damage incoming again. I can go with full aggro and block most of it, and we'll go with Severance, and Invoke, and Snap. And the enemy should die at the end of its turn. So obviously I should have a little bit more HP, just a mistake there. Cure All, a nice draw. Nunchaku, more energy, of course, is still good. We'll take a fetch here. If it's the first time this has been played this turn, draw 1 card. Spirit of Ash, also not bad, given that we have the... Call of the Void, which is going to generate ethereal cards, so that's kind of 4 block every turn. But just getting to cycle through and gain extra damage for free while drawing cards is still good. Okay, Relic Trader. So I have to trade one of my relics for another one. Trade Ornamental Fan for Strawberry. I could trade Horn Cleat for Gremlin Horn. or I could trade Nunchaku for Whetstone. I guess I'll do this one. The Nunchaku is fine, but it's not incredible, and this upgrades some relevant cards. If only it had offered to let me trade the War Paint, because we obviously don't need that anymore. Alright, so let's try not to take damage randomly for no reason in this fight. So I'm double playing my first card. So I think I will double play Countdown, and that will help us get the fight over with a little faster. I'll play Defend here, and then I will play Sentry Mode. I'm also going to use my Wisp and play Bodyguard just to set up some block for later turns. I didn't get to play an Invoke last turn, but we get to play one this turn, so it's fine. Alright, we'll play Shroud, we'll play Invoke, and play Sweeping Gaze. Do I want Unleash or Grave Warden? I guess I'll just go with Unleash, just do some damage. Oh, I could have snapped there too and put one of those into, put one of those, kept one of those in my hand. Cycle through Invokes here, we'll play Sweeping Gaze, we'll play we'll play Pull Aggro, Negative Pulse, and then we'll play Dirge for 1. Enemy getting more Doom, and we're gaining block. Okay, so we've got 40 incoming damage. Let's go with Fetch. We'll just do 6 damage here and redraw a card. We'll play Sweeping Gaze. I'm going to play a Soul, because I definitely am going to need to draw into some kind of block effect. Because currently I don't have a good way to block this incoming damage. I might need to use the Cure-All, depending on... I guess Asti has tons of health, so I'm not that worried about it, and we can play Negative Pulse here, play Friendship, and I'll play just some more setup cards. Asti will take some damage, but we're maintaining our health. I'm going to play Neurosurge, and that's going to be even more block every turn. We'll play Fetch. We'll play... I'll keep the Enfeebling Touch, or I'll let Enfeebling Touch Ethereal out. Place Soul here. We'll play a Severance. Play some more Doom on the enemy. Play the Spur, just heal Asti. I'm going to play both Defends, I think, just to buff them up even further with their goopy power. Keep on playing Souls, and then, sure, I'll play that. Just looking for any card to spend our energy on. It's continuing to add a ton of burns to the deck, so obviously we need to be aware of that, but we're stacking Doom on it really fast and doing a bunch of damage to it, so it's fine. I'll play the Haunt here. I'll play Sweeping Gaze, and we'll play Grave Warden. Enemy just needs a little bit more Doom, and we've got it. So, let's go with Sweeping Gaze first. We'll play Soul, have it lose some health. Play a Soul again. Play another one. I'll play this Defend and block a bunch of incoming damage. I'll play Invoke. And it's currently, I just need a little bit more Doom or a little more damage. So we can just go ahead and do that. Oh, and we can just kill it with the Unleash. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards, of course, is great. We'll take the Candelabra. So our second turn is really good. We get a bunch of block and energy for free. A Lethality, Capture Spirit, shuffling souls in is not bad. Lethality is a power, and I do like having just any powers, because again, you just want to get stronger over the course of long fights. I don't need another Wisp. We've already got one. I'll take the Lethality. It's marginal value, but I think it is good value. With 55 health, I think it's actually better to upgrade a card than, like, the Countdown, than it is to heal here, even though we're going into the last fight. So let's go ahead and upgrade our Countdown, and then we will go into the last fight. I probably should just... So we've got the door, so because we're fighting the doorman or doormaker. This boss comes in multiple stages. I've seen it before, so when we break through the door, its counterpart will show up. So let's see. I'm going to use my Cure-All potion because I definitely want more, and we'll use the fish oil, of course, because it's the last fight of the game. I definitely want to play double Invoke here, I think. I don't have currently any... I've got Grave Warden, which we can get a lot of block from, so we'll do that. And then we'll play Grave Warden. I don't have any other powers I want to get out. We'll play Friendship. I didn't want to double play the Friendship, although maybe I should have. Maybe 5 energy was just better. And then here, let's go with Sentry Mode, and we'll just do a bunch of setup cards. We'll play Countdown. We'll play everything in our hand. Got 30 damage incoming, but that's fine. High 5 to give that thing vulnerable. I guess I'll just do 5 stacks of Dirge, and we'll pass on Pull Aggro this time. 20 damage incoming, and we've put a lot of souls into our deck. This is the great thing about the Necrobinders. We just get so many free draws later on. So let's play our cards out. I'll play that, even though I guess I didn't really need to do that. I'll keep this other defense just in case. And then I do want to spend my energy on something. Maybe I was even supposed to not play the Neurosurge there, just because I'm having so much trouble finding stuff to spend my energy on. I'll play the Lethality here. I'll play another Soul. We haven't gone infinite quite, but we're at the point of getting close to going infinite. We'll play Severance for even more souls in the deck, and then we'll play another So. $28 damage incoming. Let's go double Invoke. We'll go Unleash. That'll kill this and bring the Doormaker out, and it comes out stunned. I guess I should have done that with some of our other attacks instead, just so I could do the big attack to the Doormaker. I don't think it'll end up mattering. Let's start stacking Doom on this guy. Rattle. I think I'd rather just let this dissolve the Rattle. So I'll just play Wisp and Dirge. We'll just make a gigantic Asti. This thing's hitting us for 31. So let's start with Invoke. Negative Pulse. Going up to 21 block. High 5 gives it some vulnerability. We'll do Snap here and give Pull Aggro Retain. We'll play another Soul. Play Sweeping Gaze. Play another Soul. Fetch. Draw a card. Pull Aggro. And we'll keep cycling through. I'm hoping that I can find my Severance again to just get even more souls. But Bodyguard and Grave Warden are fine things to add, just more souls into the deck. Here, I will go with... Do I want Sculpting Strike? I think I can just let that one dissolve as well. Keep on drawing a little bit. We'll play some negative pulses to give it more doom. The enemy is retreating this turn, so it's going to turn back into the door, but it will retain its doom and its HP. So we will be able to benefit from that anyways, and then I guess we'll just do a Dirge there. Blocking all of the damage. I still have the Gambler's Brew. If we ever do draw a bad hand, then we can fix that. And we've got the door back. So let's go with High 5, Sweeping Gaze. I definitely don't want to play the Sacrifice. I am a little low on... Okay, actually, we can just one-shot the door here. Let's do that. What? You again? I am a little low on just sort of natural block, but I should be able to draw into good stuff. And I'm hoping to draw into an Invoke here. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. play a couple more invokes. Capture Spirit I will play as well, definitely. We'll play a soul, looking for more ways to block so we can block this 36 damage. Sure, we'll play a defend, play Capture Spirit for even more souls. We'll go with Sow and Sweeping Gaze. And this poor Doormaker is just never going to be able to do anything to us. Eidolon. So, exhaust my hand. If 9 cards were exhausted this way, gain 1 intangible. I don't think we particularly need to do that. We can just let that one burn out as well. We haven't been getting great stuff from our Call of the Void. But we are also counting up 9 Doom every turn and just adding more and more damage to the enemies here. So, I think we'll be okay. Go with Grave Warden. We've got 47 block. I'll go Snap and end turn, let that dissolve. Back to the door. Sure, we'll add Retain to that. What I really need is just to keep drawing into my Unleash so that I can just do 1,000,000 damage. Deals 3 additional damage for each card drawn during your turn. So if I can kill the door this turn, the Death March is probably going to be a lot of damage because we're just going to draw 1,000,000 cards with souls here. Always going to play Invoke whenever we draw it. Yeah, just keep invoking. We'll play more souls. Play Fetch and cycle through that card. I'll play Bodyguard here. I'm still a little low on block, but so let's go Negative Pulse. That should block everything. And then Death March is just 40 damage. The door here is, let's see, we can Unleash. Can I kill it without using Unleash this turn? Because I would love to be able to Unleash on the Doormaker. Let's go Slate of Flesh, Negative Pulse, so that's going to deal more damage. And then Sweeping Gaze, Soul. Play a Defend, just so I don't have to worry about it. We'll do that. I'm trying not to play the Unleash is the goal here. And see if I can kill the door without doing that. Just by drawing through everything. Negative Pulse. Looks like I won't be able to. I do have Retain on my Unleash, though. So instead, I'm just going to do all of this, and we'll keep Unleash so that we can cast it for 269 damage on the Doormaker, and end the fight. And that was the boss fight. Super clean. Our deck ended up incredibly strong. Architect, you killed my parents. You killed my friend. You killed my life. And then we did a bunch of damage to the Architect until we got blasted. 3 billion damage already. People are playing some Slay the Spire, I gotta say. So that was Ascension 2. Obviously, we are going to keep climbing the Ascensions and unlock higher and higher difficulty levels. But I love the Necrobinder. I'm definitely going to keep playing this character a lot. Though, of course, I'll be back with videos of the other characters, especially the other new character, the Regent. Let's see what we unlocked here. We've unlocked a placeholder. This story is unknown while you're viewing this epoch during an early access stage. All right, fair enough. Will be revealed during early access. Okay, so that was super fun. Of course, I really enjoy the Necrobinder. I love how powerful your character gets in those longer fights. As you know, I'm a sicko for value over time, so that's exactly the type of character I'm looking for. Alright, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like, helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Slay the Spire 2 if people continue to enjoy it, and other strategy game analysis. Here's friends, I'll catch you next time.